glad to have you again on Women and the Society for this episode. It is a program that talks about the development of women. Women, they say, are the bedrock of development, and women themselves must be developed if they want to develop other sectors. That is why we bring to you the program Women and the Society to talk to women and tell them how they could fit in the society, especially when it comes to upbringing of our children and also develop other sectors of the economy. Today on the program, our guest today is Mrs. Olubimpe Emmanuel Adekunle. She is the wife of the Bishop of Egba Anglican Diocese. Our role is not limited to the spiritual role alone. The title, Iyayad, comes with a lot of responsibilities. Those responsibilities is what Iyayad will be telling us on this program as we come along our life journey and what our role has been in the society. You're welcome to today's episode, Women and the Society. It's good to have you on the set of Women and the Society. Thank you. We come to women in the society, especially women that we think are making impact, and we come to them for advice for other women, because we think women, as they say, are the bedrock of development, and if they are not totally developed, then we are in for a society that is not well developed. That is why we come to all strata of the economy and pick out women who can talk to other women for their advice. And that is why we call the program Women and the Society, because society is very important in the development of ourselves, not only ourselves and the family. So you're welcome again to the program.
Thank you very much.
Now, before we take up your advice on what you think women should do in the society, want to know who our guest is. A lot of people always see you on the pulpit, and they think you are limited to the spiritual aspect of life alone. So let's know who you are. You tell us your name, your full name, and your growing up years, your experiences, your primary school, secondary school, and what you think people should know about you.
Okay, I am Olubimpe Olasunbo Modupeola Adekunle ní Ogunṣeye. I was born into the family of the late Reverend Titus Oludo Ogunṣeye, and my mom is still alive. In fact, she celebrated her 96th birthday, Edlin Lutayo Ogunṣeye. I'm a native of Abeokuta, but I was born, the Remo land. So I attended St. Peter's Primary School, Ake, Abeokuta, my primary education, and my secondary school at Abeokuta Girls Grammar School, Onikolobo, Abeokuta. Thereafter, I proceeded to the Federal College of Education, Abeokuta, at Oshele, and for my NCE, Nigerian Certificate in Education, and for my first degree, I attended Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife. I studied English, BA English Education, and thereafter I had my Master's in Educational Management at the University of Ibadan, 1995, and I didn't stop at that. I had a Master's in English, Master's of Arts in English at the University of Ibadan in 2003. And there I also had Masters in Philosophy, 2006, and my PhD, I got PhD 2016.
So you're a doctor?
I'm a PhD holder.
PhD holder, okay.
So, in English, I've been studying English all the while. I work at the Federal College of Education, Abeokuta, as a lecturer. And by the grace of God, I'm a chief lecturer, and I'm also a director in the Directorate of Education Support Services at Oshele, Abeokuta. Okay,
you tell us about your growing up years. You said you grew up, you were born in
Oderemo.
Can you tell us the experiences you've had with your parents while growing up, and you think we should compare with these days as the upbringing the parent gave then and the ones we are giving now as parents? Can it be compared? Have you seen any differences?
So much. My mom has to be a teacher. She's a teacher, or she retired as a teacher, headmistress. And you know what that means? For you to be groomed by a teacher par excellence. Growing up, I lost my dad when I was 6 years old, in 1972. And this woman of grace took it upon herself to nurture us. I could always hear her say, so she was all there for us, highly industrious, and so you cannot be indolent, you cannot be lazy, you know, being born by an articulate woman, very industrious, especially a woman that lost her husband 54 years ago, you know. So we were highly disciplined. She was so firm, and she would always correct us, though with love. I would always take it that, you know, this woman actually meant good for us, so we couldn't afford to err. So, though I hoped, because she had to really fend for us too. Since she said she would not buy clothes, she would not buy a shebi, she would always be out there to make sure that we all are, you know, adequately educated. So whatever we could do then to cushion it up, we tried to do. So I hoped. I always tell my women that if you see somebody that actually attained an appreciable level, you should go and ask the person what she has gone through. Don't envy anybody. Because why should, you know, she's this and that, you know, women. So I say that please move close to that person and let the person actually share with you what she has gone through in life. I hopped around Adekunle, from the fresh maize to puff puff to toilet roll, a lot of things. Just, you know, and we also got to the level that we were supplying supermarkets around Adekunle.
Were you the first?
No, I'm the sixth.
Okay.
I'm the sixth. And the first, you know, they were in the hostel, the second in the hostel, the third in the hostel. So those of us that were not in the hostel, we have to really fend for them, you know. But I didn't take it as an offense. We have to really support this woman that was doing it all alone, though God being by her side. So we were not lazy. We were not actually taught to be lazy. So we're always there to also support others. My mom will also teach people how to, you know, make plantain chips, cocoyam chips, chin-chin. You know, very industrious woman. And she taught all of us how to do this. So we don't buy these things out there. You can't see us picking things on the street to eat because we know how to do all these things. So we eat homemade food. She would go as far as to kill her, she used to buy gari. She wouldn't just buy things by the roadside, like the Proverbs 31 woman, that she would go far to get her things so that she'll get it in bulk and cheaply, so that she can even share with other people. So that's my mom for you. So we're all groomed to really be industrious and to be articulate in whatever we are doing, to put everything it takes into it when we are doing something. So she wasn't giving room for laziness, indolence. No, it's not in our dictionary, it's not in our family. So I give it to her anytime, any day. And you can't see us roaming the streets like we see girls now. She would sew our dress. In fact, when I was in secondary, she was the one barbing my hair. She was barbing hair for all of us. She would make sure that we wash our clothes by ourselves, but she would supervise us. So she was an available mother. Unlike these days that, you know, even if you try to correct other people's children, they say, it's not a business, just mind your business. Whereas in those days, you don't see a particular child as your own. You know, they team up to train a community. And that's why in those days, you can't see people just going, you know, haywire or going, you know, going about, lazing around, because they have eyes on them. So that is what it takes to really train a child. And so even when I was going to school, when I was in the college of education, in fact, when I was in secondary school, she was the one that purchased the form for federal education. I said, did I tell you I'm going to be a teacher? She said, teaching profession is the best. You know, she obtained the form. And So, but I made my papers at first sitting. I never had any cause to write my work twice in my life. He said, please start from this. No knowledge is lost. I know she always say that. No knowledge is lost. No knowledge is lost. And so that was why I had to go through, you know, the rank and file to become an educationist today. So I give it to her, and I thank God for coming through such a mother.
So we can say that the missing link now in training our children is from the mothers, because a lot of mothers are not available to train. So how do we correct that now, especially when it comes to teaching the girl child? If the girl child will become a mother that will be available, they must be taught from the childhood. So how do we now bridge that gap? Because what we see in the society these days is a lot of gap. And how can it be bridged?
Serious one. Thank you very much. There's a saying that you cannot give what you don't have. I will continue to celebrate my mother because she had all it takes to be a role model. So mothers, what you want to see in your daughter should first of all be in you. So we should be exemplary. So I want to enjoin all mothers out there to be exemplary. Be available for your children, be it a girl or a boy. It is a very bad youth that would become a very bad adult. So we should be available, and we should be a role model to our children so that they'll have something to gain from us. Being available, we should let our busyness be be intentional, be positive. We should not be busy in other people's businesses. We should mind our business right from home. What you want your daughter to look like, your son to look like, be that person right at home. Show good example, even to other people's children. We have people, roaming the streets, uncared for. You should be their mother. You should be the shoulder they lean on, and that will sustain them. Even in higher institutions, there are some of them that are just looking for shoulders to lean on. So we should be that shoulder. We should be the voice for these girls. We should launch war against prostitution, against nakedness. Girls are just roaming the street nakedly now. It is appalling. That time, the bishop will ask me, Park, I would go and address this. Girls walking the street in pants. Skimpy dresses, showing their tummy. And I'll be asking myself, these ones, don't they have mothers? Don't they have parents? So mothers should be available and be what you want your child to be. Proverbs 22 verse 6 says, train up a child in the way he should go. And when he's old, he will not depart from it. So we have a lot to do as role models in society.
Okay, ma'am, let's go back to your career. When did you start work? And your first job, was it something that was easy? Or you started from the FCE Oshele Street? How was it then? Because we hear that a lot of do not work. So I think you are one of the exceptions that we have in the country.
Well, I started working at Mayflower School in Kenya as a classroom teacher. In fact, a PTA teacher.
Okay.
When I got married in 1993 to Reverend Adekunle, then now Bishop, in fact, I got a job at Navy Secondary School as a teacher on the payroll of 5,000 naira then. But he said, as a priest wife, you cannot be living separately while be at another station, so you have to move along with me to Remo. So I started a ministry at Remo. So when I got to Remo, I had to start a PTA. I started as a PTA teacher, earning 962 naira in 1993. Then I got a job at Oshele in 2006. I got a job in 2006.
So you were living on 962 naira? 962
until later that the principal said, this is an assiduous, very forthcoming, vibrant teacher. In fact, late Mr. Oshiboye of late memory, God rest his soul. he now took my file to Teaching Service Commission. He came to Adekunle all by himself that this lady cannot survive on PT appointment. Please, this is a brilliant person. Employ her. He brought my letter of appointment. Very good principal, Mr. Oshiboye. So, you know, the salary will now be augmented, you know, somehow. So, and I started, you know, I will continue as a classroom teacher from Mayflower School to Remo Secondary School to Marco High School to Adekunle High School. I now came to, I was fortunate enough to get an appointment at FC Adekunle. Though I'm an old student, but that notwithstanding, I had to put it all in order for, you know, since I now had my masters, I had my masters then, so it was easier for me to cross over. And thank God we are back in Adekunle, so things are not easier for me.
So how was it? Do you have any challenge? Let's take away the priesthood duties and as a wife of a bishop or a reverend then. Did you encounter anything on your job and people didn't respect the title of your husband?
Wow. Quite a lot. Quite a lot. In fact, because we have to travel, have to attend meetings, you know, because as a young priest wife, I had a lot of responsibilities. Mother senior secretary, had to travel with the bishop's wife outside the, you know, the state, far to the east, to the north, as far to Maiduguri, Mbise, and the 4 worlds of Nigeria. I had to travel to. So, you know, I have to obtain permission from school. That please, I have to attend this meeting. Oh, today, principal said, please, you have to, you see that you hold on to that your church work, or you stay here. And Anglican, but notwithstanding, this is a government job, so I have to give everything it takes into it. That was quite challenging, you know. I have to see that, Mama, I cannot be following you all the time. I have to attend to my government work too, where I'm receiving my salary. So we have to, you know, mediate between the two. It's not easy. You asked me earlier on that. Will I say that priest wives should not work? They should work to support their husbands. We should only apply wisdom. So we cannot allow government work to suffer because we are priest wives. And God's work must not suffer because we are working, we want to earn money. Because God is our sufficiency. No matter how much we are taking from government, it's not even sufficient. We still have to support our husbands so that we don't allow them to be tempted to, you know, to meddle with church money. So that's why I always encourage them that even if you're going to work for the government, find something doing. Be industrious. You can learn skills. Learn how to make hats. Learn how to, you know, to cook. In fact, there are event planners. You know, you may not be the one cooking. Just engage people. Learn new skills. Learn how to sew. Learn how to bake. Learn how to make hats and other things like that. And there will always be food on the table. Because I wouldn't want you to depend solely on your husband. You have to support him. So that was what I was with my husband. And
I'm talking about the Christian homes, the way they parent is somehow different. Different in the sense that sometimes they have the dual way of parenting. The parent outside is different from how they parent their children inside. So how do we address this? And a lot of time people say the pastor's children are not properly trained sometimes, and it shows because they focus more on outsiders than their own children. How can we bridge this?
Thank you very much.
And take away this myth of the people?
Yeah, it is a myth indeed. Yeah, it's a very good question. And we have references in the Bible, children of Eli. I keep asking myself, talking about Eli, the woman, the mother was never mentioned. Eli's husband, wife, her name was not mentioned. That means she was an absentee mother. Because if she had been there to guide the children, the pastor's children, that you don't do this, you don't do that, you don't do this, you don't do that, I'm sure they would be able to follow her voice. So I'm not blaming her, I'm not judging her, but that is what we experience But that is what we hear and we see in most Christian homes these days. This is not supposed to be. That the father is on the pulpit all the time. Where's the mother? While the father is busy with the work of God, although we are also busy, we should be there at the home front for these children. Charity begins at home. That's your name, Charity.
Yeah,
Charity begins at home. You cannot say you want to nurture other people's children while your children are getting rotten at home. People, children in the church should also be able to learn skills, learn virtues from your own children. That is where you are fulfilled as a minister of God. So I want to plead that ministers, pastors and their wives should be available for their children. We should not use double tongue to train our children. What the father says should be binding on the children. What the mother says, the children must not see any gap between their parents. It is what the father says that the mother should also say. So that means they must collaborate, they must synergize, in training the children. It is what the father says that the woman of the house should also say. Should not be the plug in the wheel of the progress of these children and other people's children. Eyes are on us. Eyes are on us. We are the focus. Well, the Yorubas always say that anything won't work, you will. Anything won't work, you will. If people are watching your steps, then you must be careful. If people are hailing you, you must be focused. So we must train our children. Let our children be exemplary. Let children out there be able to, emulate what our children do in the positive way. So we must be intentional. We must be intentional in parenting our children. We have different parenting styles: laissez-faire, permissive, authoritative, authoritarian, and we should not be laissez-faire. Everything goes. It is the children of these days. That is what they do. That should not be our own. That should not be heard from our own clothing, from our own domain. It should be that we train children the way they should go. We should not be authoritative, authoritarian. We should not be permissive. Anything goes, and we should not be laissez-faire. No. We should train them by the word of God and channel a very good cause for them.
Now let's go to education. We are in the education sector. Do you think education alone is enough for the children as part of their legacy?
We have to build confidence in our children. Even while we are educating them, we have 3 domains. We have cognitive domain, which has to be with the mental skills, we give to the children, the education days, within the four walls of the classroom. We have affective domain, how to behave. When you show your children love, they will also love others. And we also have psychomotor domain, using your hands, your God-given talent to do things the right way. Those are the 3 domains in education. So it's not the bookish education we're talking about. The home training matters a lot. If you see 2 children or 2 people out there, the way they behave, you'll be able to tell what type of home this one has come from. Home training matters a lot. So it's not about just sending my child to the best school. It is not it. There are so many of them that go to, high fee paying schools, and they end up being miscreants on the road, on the streets. So they have brought shame and disgrace to the society, not just to their parents. Not just their parents, shame to the society. Even the way they dress, the way they talk, and what they do. And they end up now saying that, okay, they want to japa. To do what? If those people out there, where they are going, if they have not fixed their own nation, what are they going there to do? And they come back, they blend again, they revert to status quo. So I want to plead that it's not enough to just give our children formal education. A formal education, which is home training, and non-formal education, skill acquisition and other things, are very germane in child upbringing. And everything is not money, because that is what a lot of people are now going after. Money. Money. Everything is not about money, but it's about who you are, what you represent in society. What do you represent? Who am I? What am I contributing to society? What are you doing as a woman to fix society? Let it start from our home. Let's start from the home.
Okay, ma. Before we go to the other aspect, which is knowing your favorite, we'll know your favorite later. But this last question on this segment is for you to identify something in the society that you think women should change about. tell us the solution on how to change it.
Okay, thank you very much. Women, in the days of old, they always say that the place of the woman is in the kitchen. That means, and well, I wouldn't say that it is in the kitchen because we have educated women now. So I want to encourage women that they should go into politics, but play it well. Don't go there to be at the receiving end. Be a voice for other women. Be a liberator. Don't just go for your own sake or because of what you gain from it. Go there to serve. I always say it in Europe. I say, Obìnrin lọ̀tá obìnrin. We don't see anything good in ourselves, but we have the capacity, we have the potential. Support women that are interested in politics and let us fix this nation together. Folks, men are dying under the they are being pressurized by the weight of the home affairs, home front. If you are working, you can also support your husband. His years will be lengthened. You will live together to eat the fruit of your labor. There are so many widows out there. It shouldn't be. Both the man and the woman should eat the fruit of their labor. So we should support our husbands. Let us not be on the receiving end all the time. I think
it's the society. It's the nature that makes it that way.
This is the time we should please help the men. Help the men. Some men would just be out there. I don't know the type of issues my wife will present before me. Be so scared, so agitated to go home. So where is the father figure at home? When the father will not be there all the time. And when she comes, it is bring. What are you putting on the table to support this man? And we should play down Ashebi. Ashebi, she has helped me. I have had to. Even if you want to attend practice, it must still be based on Ashebi. We should please save money. We should save more than we spend this year. And we should look after our children and other people's children. The society will be better for it.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Olubimpe Adekunle, for your time.
Thank you very much.
It's a great privilege to have you on the program. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it too. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
God bless you.
Men are the bedrock of development, and this development is something that we should take as important as our life. My name remains Charity James. I'll come to you again next week, God willing, with another woman who will be impacting our life with our advice. See you again, God willing. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.